Without further ado, let's proceed to our next speaker. May I call on our next introducer, also one of the founding directors and also the 4S manager, Miss May, 4S Finance Manager, Miss May Cancina Antioquia. Team May.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We're watching here from Cavite with my family. Full support for this endeavor. So it is my pleasure and pride to introduce to you our next speaker who has been an instrument to the success of the 4S Scholarship Foundation. Actually, she's very nervous right now. She's with me. From the very beginning, her hard work and sacrifice have served as the inspiration and motivation of the founder of the 4S Scholarship Foundation, who is my sister Sheila. Coming from a poor family, our next speaker worked hard to pursue her studies in the city, then took and passed the licensure examination for teachers and worked in a public elementary school. So despite life's challenges, she continued to support her children as a single mother until all of them finished college. It was truly hard for her, and everyone in her community witnessed all the struggling years she had to endure only to provide for her 5 children. So we're 5 in the family. 5 siblings. This and all the inspiring stories of our next speaker motivated Sheila to create a scholarship foundation that aims to support students from low-income families to pursue and finish their studies and eventually give back to their community. That building a prosperous life always begin in the family who will support you, your dreams, your ambitions, no matter where it takes you. Our speaker has been an inspiration not only to her children, but to other parents as well, especially the mothers who find it difficult to continue and just want to give up. She will always be the person I would look up to, and I am deeply honored to be one of her children because I know in my heart how she sacrificed for my other siblings and me. She is the epitome of unconditional love. She is our rock and the bond that keeps us all together in the family. Friends, let us all welcome the heart of the 4S Foundation and the composer of the song Akala Ko, or in English, I thought, Mrs. Priscilla Cancino.
Good evening, everyone. I am Priscilla Manibo Cancino. I will be 75 years old on January 1, 2022. I have 5 loving, caring, and thoughtful children. I come from a big but impoverished family, 6 among the 14 children. Can you imagine having a big family like mine? What would you expect? They didn't have a fixed income. They didn't have regular jobs. That's why they had time to have 14 children. So I had my fair share of struggle during my childhood, especially when I was still in high school, more so when I was in college. It's beyond my imagination that I will be able to finish my studies. With my heartfelt desire to study, I asked my cousin to stay with them as a domestic helper for 2 months so I can prepare for my enrollment expenses. Later, I transferred to another cousin when the classes started already. Their source of income was selling snacks and food for lunch. So I had to help prepare everything, such as peeling bananas and sweet potatoes. Sometimes I would go to school with sticky hands from all the peelings I had done. This lasted for 2 years. Because of the Taal volcano eruption, I was forced to transfer in Mindoro College for my last 2 years in college. During sem breaks, I would see my cousin batchmates from Manila going home for a vacation. I would be enviously watching them. I had a desire also to study in Manila for a change. And this was also the time when I really dreamt of going to Manila. Do you have a dream that you really desire to achieve? At some point, I thought of not pursuing studies anymore. Seeing the hardship my family was experiencing, my heart was breaking, especially when I had to ask for my tuition and allowance. I would just cry and hug them. How could I ask money for How could I ask them for money when I know they don't have any means? The struggles did not stop me from pursuing my dreams. I can do it. I was determined to finish my studies, to work, and to help my family. And with the help of God and my family, I made it. I passed the teacher's exam, but competition was really tough then that I was only a substitute teacher for a year. I asked the help of my cousin for a permanent position in Quezon City. God heard my prayer again. I was assigned in the same school where my husband was employed. But like they say, life is not all giggles and butterflies. My daily struggles did not seem to end. My husband passed away. When my youngest Mary Grace was only 9, and my eldest Nympha was about to finish college, the burden seemed heavier, but I know it, that God is with me all the way. The first blessing after my father's death, Nympha got a job where she studied, and she became a regular employee and finished also her MBA. She became my partner in everything, so my burden was lightened. Thank God, Nympha is so generous. Her other 4 siblings were able to finish studies through her. She sacrificed a lot before she got married. I was still teaching when Sheila had the chance to work abroad in Bermuda with a huge salary. As a mother, I was happy and at the same time sad because it's the first a family member will be away with no assurance she will be okay overseas. I knew she had also sacrificed a lot, had also lots of struggles, but her determination to change our destiny inspired her to be strong and to go all the way. And through the graces of God, my life and my family's destiny will not change. And above all, my destination will be in Manila only. I had my first passport when I was 65 years old. From then, I was able to travel in different countries such as Singapore, Macau, China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, India, and a few cities in Europe. Thus, the story of my song, Akala Ko, in English, I thought. It was our first travel in Paris in year 2017. On our way to the Eiffel Tower, we were happily walking in a huge park. The sky was blue. It's a little bit cold. Suddenly, there is an inspiration that I stopped walking. I sat on a bench and wrote a poem on how my life was transformed from a simple and rural girl to a teacher traveler. Was I dreaming? Was this a fantasy or really happening? How can this be? When I thought my life would be confined only in that remote barrio with my poor family. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not impossible to achieve our dreams. Like me, a rural girl who became a traveler. I would like to close my speech by sharing with you the song I wrote in Paris. Akala ko, I thought in English.
Akala ko hanggang probinsya lang ako at ang Maynila di mararating ko. Ngunit hindi pala, mas nahigitan ko pa ang akala ko. Akala ko okay na ang kapeng barako sa akin. Di pala may cafe latte, cafe americano, cappuccino, mocha coco at iba-iba pa rin. O kahirap talagang maging mahirap, natutulukan pati ang mga pangarap. Akala ko wala na akong pag-asa, magandang bukas malabo nang makikita. Wala kang mahirap, mamamatay ka rin mahirap. Yun ang sabi nila, hindi pala ito, akala ko'y di totoo. Nakarating ako sa maraming lugar, sa panaginip di ko inasahan. Naging akala ko unti-unting natulukan, laging may pag-asa sa tulong ng may kapal. O kahirap talagang maging mahirap, natutulukan pati ang mga pangarap. Akala ko wala na akong pag-asa, magandang bukas malabo nang makikita.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Press, for telling us your story. Thank you, Nanay. Nanay is my travel buddy. I always hear her say, I never thought that I will be here seeing these beautiful places, eating these foods. She always says that whenever we travel. So, your story, Nanay, is really helped us to know that it is not impossible to achieve our dreams even if we are poor, that there is always hope. So we must keep on dreaming. Thank you, Nanay, for sharing it with us.